they're not willing to risk it, even if this, as obviously we can tell from the map stats, it's not necessarily a go-to map for EG either. In terms of map picks, I think the EG pick is what's going to be most exciting to me. The fact that they go for Mirage, I guess it spells confidence that they're not really putting too much stock into what happened in the Force series, even though that's 2 instances of them having pretty significant issues.
Maybe thinking back to when they did beat EG on it at Na'Vi on it rather at EPL.
Yeah, absolutely.
And same map pick from Na'Vi from that series.
So we might actually just have a bit of a redo from EPL here. We've seen actually that happen in the initial group stage games that we had here at this tournament, and as well as the decider games, that the map veto just kind of followed the same kind of projection as it did in the past, and that might be because teams don't want to change things up too much. I guess for EG's sake, they haven't really had the opportunity to change up a whole lot of things, at least not fundamentally. So yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if we end up with the same veto here to close us out.
Yeah, so Nuke was the 3rd map in the EPL series, but actually it is Nuke anyway. It threw me there because it showed me the image first instead of the ban.
Jump to the decider.
We ended with exactly the same 3 maps. Thoughts, Mouse Snake?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned that EG went for this Mirage pick. Like you were saying earlier, it feels like they might be just phoning it in a little bit here. It seems just too kind of comfort of a pick for EG. There's no real... I mean, EG can play their game on Mirage, and they can hope for the same results previously.
So they're going to really have to turn that around if they are to get working in this series. Now, we've got some nice open maps before we get there. Starting on Mirage. Production, please close your microphones. They're in our ears. Na'Vi will be starting on the CT side, as we can see.
Yeah, this will be very interesting to see who will get off to a good start. And it will be Electronic finding a headshot immediately. Stan is down on top mid, and Evil Geniuses will start to make their presence known towards that A-bomb site. But the kills are going the way of Na'Vi. They're cutting down the offenders. This is not looking good at all here for EG. And indeed, it will be finished off by Flamey. There only 1 player lost for Na'Vi. That's not bad at all. And on the CT side, getting that economy rolling in immediately is always a very comfortable feeling, of course. And Guardian will be picking up the scout straight away. And I think, you made a good point, James, about the AWP for Na'Vi and in this series. And I really like how this matchup looks because, historically on paper, it is a good matchup for Na'Vi. And given their form recently, I think this has got all the makings to be a fantastic game.
Simple looking to get a little Larry. Top mid. Oh dear, that's not a start you well. To be honest, if you see a target, take the target out. That is, well, we'll see if that has an impact on this round. not the way Simple wants to start, I'm sure, but his temper is a lot better than it used to be. Now, there is a weapon to be protected, and that can cause problems as well. One huge factor here in Na'Vi's favor is the crowd. We've only seen 1 round, then they're going wild outside, even more than they were for Forza. I think Simple is a big star in this entire tournament as far as Russia's concerned. 1 minute 10 on the clock, and we've got a Deagle and 2 CZs left. Boomich finally hits the target, completely blind, even in no man's land, even in Circle now trying to get something done. This could be made a little more expensive for these CTs as they start to fall back.
Yeah, it's already a good look here for EG. They'll be finished off in the end, but 2 kills indeed is a great amount of damage. Well, not a great amount of damage, but a great result in terms of what you could reasonably expect to get done. That's, I think, at the minimum from a Force buy. And
can you hear that crowd though?
I know they are hype.
It is pretty bonkers.
So many fans out there with the Na'Vi jersey. I imagine that so many are here specifically just to see them play. They are such a big brand in this region, and again, it's a great matchup for them, and they've got a good start here. I cannot wait to see round 4, James. I want to see round 4. I want to skip ahead a couple minutes in time to see exactly what that one's going to look like, and I really hope that Guardian is going to get, we're going to see some explosive stuff from him when he picks up that AWP. I think that's really been missing for me.
Look at the wall hacks. What's going on there? Imagine if that was real. There's a tech pause called by Evil Geniuses, and now they've just typed ARF already in the chat, so we should be good to go pretty quickly indeed. Na'Vi starting off on the CT side, having won the pistol. It's a good start for them. Won't be the first time that a crowd has been playing away from home. We have seen some recent interviews, I forget what team it was, I think it was Mouse Sports actually, who was saying that sometimes it can be an advantage because if you're the home team and you're doing well and they're cheering, when you're not doing so well and everyone's quiet, that can be in the back of your mind. Mouse Sports being an international team of no fixed abode, basically, won't have that problem. So there are pros and cons for both sides. EG will have Stan on a Deagle as well as Ethan. P250s for Breeze and Tarek, and again, Simple is ready to take the game away, excuse me, from his opponent. Moving up mid, trying to thin out the opportunities for EG. He's playing anti-flash at the moment, as you can see on the radar. Guardian starting out with the M4A4. Seen a lot of non-sniper rifle play from him in this tournament, and he has been effective again. He's been playing off of his teammates well. He's been there's been good synergy and coordination in terms of bait setups and punishes from the likes of Na'Vi. So we'll see how that plays out in this one. EG taking things pretty slow, wanting to avoid these incendiaries and such, but maybe they can't avoid the rifles.
Yeah, just playing it really slow here, just trying to get rid of that CT utility, do any kind of economic damage they can. It's very typical of a round such as this, and Na'Vi will expend some utility, but I have to say, you know, in the last few months, I think teams, or I suppose the last 6 months, teams have become a lot better about not dumping all their utility when the T side is just trying to just wait for that to happen effectively. And so there is some still in the hands of Na'Vi here. They haven't thrown everything, which is good, minimizing the economic damage to themselves. And it will indeed be closed out 3-0. No kills there for EG, of course, but now comes the AWP from Cirque. And we're going to see the AWP in the hands of Guardian as well. This is where the Counter-Strike really begins here in this quarterfinals between Na'Vi and EG on Mirage. This should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing the approach that Evil Geniuses will choose for this round.
Okay, Na'Vi are very well equipped. Got an incendiary towards top mid. You got that forward smoke as well from the CTs. Just slows things down. It's the first spy round. You want to get off to a good start and start rolling out your default, but they've been thwarted immediately by the likes of Na'Vi. So it'll be somewhat of a... It's basically a nuisance play from Na'Vi, just delaying everything, maybe taking EG out of their timing with some flashes. I have Breeze and Stanislaus swinging top mid. That will quickly be cleared. This may slow down an approach towards ladder room as well, which can be common map control these days for Ts. But with the slow start to the mid position, perhaps we won't see that in this round.
Yeah, so EG have put their flag in the middle of Mirage. They've got that part of the map. Na'Vi not being too pushy in terms of challenges. They are quite aware that connector is a problem. Oh, that's such a great flashbang straight through the smoke there. And Boomich will finish off Breeze. Lovely stuff there for Na'Vi. Just trying to get ahead of the Evil Geniuses team here. Although the response has been rather strong, Evil Geniuses able to pick up a couple kills, and now things are looking rather desperate on the A-bomb site. But Electronic, I don't think they know that he's there. Simple causing problems from Catwalk as well. Able to pick off Tarek, going for the next one. I don't know if he can commit to this, and they still don't know about Electronic.
It's all delay tactics, and with Guardian in A-ramp as well, he can run distraction. There we go, Simple from a short position takes Ethan out, so they're never going to find Electronic. He's got an angle for the bomb carrier. Cirque's not going to check this corner. The scope's been heard as well. 20 seconds, and surely this is free for Electronic. Indeed it is. The master played a Trojan horse. Electronic there the entire time, hiding in plain sight almost. Stan now, 10 seconds. So they just go for damage. He spots ahead by fireboxes, and Electronic will be taken out. He's not going to be able to plant this bomb though, but Guardian may be taken out. Indeed he will be. So it'll be made very expensive. The AWP will be stolen, and Cirque could do a lot with that, even if it is an eco around this for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, that was such a cool round, and because Na'Vi, they decided to give up this map control to EG. Mid was basically for free, and they had a plan around that, which was really good to see. That pop flash play was just absolutely beautiful, and having Simple there to support from Catwalk, I feel like Simple got to do so much with that M4, way more than he ever should really have been able to do. And now he's picked up an AWP. This is great. And it's a great start from Guardian too. That bench push working out for him. Cirque is down straight away. Of course, it is a pistol save here for Evil Geniuses. So, oh no, there's the AWP gone as well. Stan, he's dead. And it looks like the chances might be dead here for EG. Guardian going aggressive. That's what you want to see, James. Guardian getting off to his fragging ways right at the beginning of this one.
Absolutely. It's Na'Vi looking sharp, in good form in Mirage, but everything's comfortable right now. Question is, can they perform when things get a little more difficult? And maybe that will start in this round as EG are on their next full buy. Circle 5950, the AWP will be coming out, I am sure. Got a tactical timeout called. So there'll be a few seconds before we get into round number 6. A solid 5-0 for Na'Vi. Great way for them to start this series. Their money's not out of control though. Let's not forget the damage done in that round where Stan was the last man. Guardian and Electronic taken out made things very expensive. Those 2 frags alone were $12,000, so EG definitely have a way back into this. Would be great for them to start now. Stan will be on a Galil to get full grenades, and I'd like to see that, prioritizing the strats and the utility over the primary weapon. Plenty of signs, plenty of yellow jerseys, plenty of support for Na'Vi, who carry the torch for Forza now in this tournament.
And it's great to see as well that Na'Vi, they go for the ultra expensive option, which is immediate double AWPs. Not many teams like to do that because it is, again, risky economically. However, you got Simple on your team. He's a secondary AWPer effectively. Get him that AWP. I love that. We'll see Evil Geniuses once again looking to mid as a bit of map control to take early on, as you do on Mirage. And Na'Vi, not really all too aggressive. A change for the setup, though, having 2 players in the B apartments. Simple is there with the AWP. He's got Electronic with that rifle support. Obviously, the deadly duo, maybe the deadliest duo of all in Counter-Strike right now. And it could be another slow one here for EG as they are waiting for some kind of a push from Na'Vi. Very quiet on the map. And in the meantime, Na'Vi have taken that forward position there with Electronic in the kitchen in the B apartments. And Simple now is watching Catwalk from that bench position with the AWP. So very passive setup from Na'Vi. And EG now make the move through mid, perhaps to get Connector.
Yeah, perhaps Electronic's deep position in apartments is enough for them to be laid back elsewhere. Ladder room has been taken. Again, we did say it's common, and in the second full buy for EG, they will do exactly that. So they could potentially be in a position to split the B bomb site. However, maybe that's the intended suggestion, because the bomb is moving towards A with Ethan in tow. Ethan and Tarek now going towards T-ramp. Electronic has fallen back from the deep position he was in. The smoke's up in apartments. Now, I do wonder if he'll start to get deep there. Stan's being taken out, peeking towards that B-bomb site. But Electronic has so much information in the apartments. Do they have a read? That it's A. They have 3 players there for the time being, and Guardian's about to get some action.
There's only 1 smoke, and it's on Tarek, so they're going to have to face the AWP straight up. And there is also Flaming on the bomb site. He gets 1. He's effectively done his job here. That's all he needed to do.
Oh,
and
my
he's
God.
serving his distraction, but Breeze gets a double. Now it's down to Guardian here from the ticket position with the AWP as the bomb gets planted. But can Ethan get out of this position? Looks like he's going to be able to. The flashbang is going to cover himself perfectly there. Cirque with 1 onto Electronic. And now it's down to both AWPs of Na'Vi to try to salvage this situation. There is some time. Simple pushing aggressively. Deagle in hand here. This is going to be so difficult. Out comes the AWP. There's a whiff, though. And Simple goes down as will Guardian. And it's going to all be a disaster in the end. It looks so good positionally.
I need to see what Breeze did there. He got a 2-man transfer at like a 90-degree angle, and it looked like a continuation spray from the POVs that we were watching. The timing of Guardian coming off the angle towards T-ramp is absolutely brutal for Na'Vi. So I'm not sure what the intention there was. Maybe that peak was enough in that short position to make Na'Vi wonder about a late play, even with the smokes up in apartments. Didn't know what was behind those. 5-1. In favor of Na'Vi, and Guardian's in the window. Might not be there for long, though. Almost blocked by his teammate, but he'll manage to escape. A very, very fast one indeed. 2 smokes up on a short position, and Breeze is very quickly in the ladder room.
Yeah, really fast rotation from Na'Vi as well. And you're completely right. The pacing here from EG is switched from a snail's pace to a leopard's pace very quick now. And they've got that forward position, and now they slow it down. So really trying to force an overextension from Na'Vi. I mean, that's part of the strength of playing a game or having a game plan where you're modulating your pacing multiple times during a round. You might cause the other team to kind of misread what your next movement is, and then themselves, they might make a mistake due to that misread. And EG are they're just really sitting still at this point. They haven't really moved a muscle in a while. Holding on to middle once again, hoping that Na'Vi get hungry for information, and that's when Evil Geniuses can punish. But Na'Vi, they are, again, seemingly very content just to sit back on their setups. This is pretty much the same setup as they had at this time of the round in the last round.
EG had taken ladder with 1 minute 39 on the clock. These flashbangs are very precious now for Na'Vi. Their implied value is quite great. That was a very expensive one thrown for information towards A-ramp. As you can see, they've only got 2 flashes left, and one's on Guardian, so I can't imagine he'll be throwing one anytime soon. Of course, as I say that, he's got one out, so Flamey might have another look, but there's a smoke up on T-ramp, and the action is coming now towards that B-bomb site. Electronic facing, but forced to fall back. 20 seconds for the bomb to get planted. It's EG, though, who need the entries, and, well, there are 2 for them, but the bomb's dropped in apartments. No one's going to get there in time to collect it. Stan now's got to go for a win by elimination, but not everybody's on the site either. 8 seconds on the clock, and Guardian can take presence and take out players, but Flamey knows that he doesn't need to get too deep. 3 seconds now, and the round has been won by Na'Vi.
Yeah, very well played. Na'Vi, once again, there are so many ways they could have maybe made a mistake, but they, I think, really just showed their experience, just held their nerve. And this is really interesting because some of the ways in which they might choose to play these rounds out comes down to the preparation they've done against Evil Geniuses and what they may expect Evil Geniuses to throw at them. And so far what we've seen is that Na'Vi's passive play has actually been quite a consistent response to the variety of ways Evil Geniuses have tried to play their rounds. So it's up to EG to try to mix things up here.
Again, the aggressive smoke
really
towards the top of mid by Na'Vi, enjoying a 6-1 lead. A lot of EG players towards A, but the bomb is still in the T-spawn area. Not committed just yet. Oh, Tarek may be paid off here for his patience. Indeed, he will be. Boomich going for a forward play. Despite the lead Na'Vi have and winning the round, EG have the better buy. Again, these rounds have been expensive of late for Na'Vi, and that is something for Evil Geniuses to keep in the back of their mind, because as bad as the score is now, they have to believe that they could easily turn things around if they just win that right round and break the CT side. Simple caught in no man's land, and things go from good to great for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, it seemed like Simple wasn't really sure, or well, Na'Vi wasn't really sure what the hell was going on the map there. Simple caught in a very exposed position. Playing 2 in the underpass, I wonder if that's something Na'Vi watched really do well against EG when Forza were playing against EG and were doing moves like that. Either way, it's not really a good look here for Na'Vi. They need a really big performance from Electronic, Flamian and Guardian here. And Bomb is moving towards the A-bomb site, so it appears that Na'Vi are going to be stacking towards that B site, and obviously that's not going to be great in terms of their prospects to try to win the round, but it is great in terms of their prospects to maybe save the weapons that they have and carry that into the next round for a better chance at a round win.
I was wondering if they're going to do something proactive, Na'Vi, because in a 3 versus 5, they were all spread out alone with no trade fragging or bait or crossfire situations for the most part. And I think that obviously makes your overall percentages a lot lower. So there was a smoke towards B, they went towards B, EG have gone A, and that is fine as far as Na'Vi are concerned. Now, EG, as you can see, they've got no money in the hole. They're about to get a win bonus, of course, but it looks like they will, to some degree, prioritize trying to take some weapons away from Na'Vi, as of course, in order for them to come back, they do need to break Na'Vi, not hurt them, but break them. And with the AWP still in tow, as well as 2 rifles around it, there's a lot for Na'Vi to do in the next round, even with a lack of cash that they have as well. So Tarek won't go too crazy, but he's got some cavalry on the way. They've got Molotovs and flashes. So there'll be a fade away, and Flamey's going to avoid that, actually, but can he avoid the fire? Well, he will get traded. 2 plays to 5 for Na'Vi as Evil Geniuses make it to 2.
Most importantly there for Na'Vi, they do keep hold of that AWP onto Guardian, and if there's an AWP in the round, there's always a chance to win it, and so they'll likely be saving with with everybody else. I don't know that there's really an argument to force buy around the AWP. However, we'll see Guardian investing a bit. Oh, they're actually going to go for the force buy around the AWP, so this should be really interesting. They have to take an interesting setup with this. Either that's an aggressive setup, or it's pushing a position like middle, or pushing a position like underpass, or it's playing a stack around the sides, or playing 2-man setups aggressively, quirky timings, things like this. And you can see that's what they're doing around the A ramp here. They've got Flamey playing anti-flash. Boomich is really close. There's a slight gap, though, in the corner. Got to be careful about that. It's hard to see those gaps as the CTs. What
else is interesting, though, is that Guardian's in B apps. He's hopped up, and I think he would want to push, but there were 3 smokes up in a mid position, so if EG pushed short, they'd have no idea. So I think Guardian had to hold down 2 jobs in that respect. But again, with this kind of force buy, surely something proactive has to be done here. We see Electronics post up now, and maybe we'll see Guardian rotate. You can see that on the radar as things progress. Now, Tarek has been lurking in B apartments. They've been keeping the CTs honest, looking for any pushes. There's utility to be used in that respect a bit later on, because EG, the pressure is on them now. We get to the sub 1 minute mark. They have a lot of utility, but they do need to be able to use it effectively. Circumstant have been very, very patient. Top mid, and there we go. There's the opening kill. Again, Tarek lurking in apartments, and now Guardian looks to be maybe rotating the AWP, but again, they don't really have any vision at all in the mid area. They might not know the status of ladder room, Na'Vi, so because of that, Guardian, it seems, will stay on the balcony. The smoke is up in the apps. Breeze close to connector, and now we see Evil Geniuses being active. But look at the clock, 29 seconds, and they don't really have any choke point just yet, so this may fall to pieces. Yeah, that's a really huge kill. Having a ramp like that, it's going to be very hard. Even if EG get a plant, it's going to be so hard to hold on to the bomb site. Simple there. Won't get a kill, but he's
really threatening, and you can see that distraction really going to pay off there. They're focused on Simple, and in they go from the back. The two-man setup on a ramp is doing all the damage. Simple finishes it off, and they'll upgrade some of their guns. Na'Vi will steal the round away from Evil Geniuses. Looked like EG didn't really know what to do there. That slow pace not really benefiting them, and Na'Vi, it just really gave them a lot of room to work with, and they really abused that. They're looking great right now. And Mirage 7-2. It is, if you get the pistol win like Na'Vi did, you can definitely get a scoreline like this, get that momentum going. So it's a good start, but it's definitely far from unrecoverable or anything like that for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, I think that's what we would call an unforced error from EG. They had time. Time was their friend, but they allowed it to become their enemy, not having time to really clear anything out. Just one dry peek towards T-ramp, but the CTs could have been anywhere. So that was a door EG kind of closed on themselves. That was a chance to get back into the round. They gave up so much in that. A second AWP, there was a brief pause, it's been on pause now. And now it's almost a flip where we see EG with a UMP on Stan. The rest have AKs though. Again, they do have their utility as well, which we can see is a priority for the IGL, but that is a lesson to be learned. Again, it's not too late to make a mistake like that. Round number 9 could be a hell of a lot worse, but it's definitely time to recognize the poor timing there and fix that for the future. Speaking of which, Breeze is going to do that immediately by charging into the A bomb site, catching Na'Vi off guard. Smokes are up, looking for plays in CT. They've left it open, so surely Flamey's going to be in trouble here.
Yeah, this is going to be very difficult, but they're going to line up. The damage is huge there from Flamey. Even a team kill coming in to at least have a 4v4 here for Na'Vi, and they're going to play a retake. They're actually, I think, very happy with the situation. The CT control or ticket control is extremely important for Evil Geniuses right now because they do not have connector, they do not have jungle. They have to hold on to that position to defeat this retake attempt from Na'Vi, and there's no smokes left, no utility here. Evil Genius is stuck on the bomb sites here. They need a big individual display. Ethan kicks that off, finds the headshot. Cirque does just that as well. Electronic now swinging through towards Ticket. He's not going to be quite so successful. And Simple now, not too many options for him with that AWP. And there we go, the bomb will go off, and it will be a successful round for EG. Great change of pace to really shake things up and give themselves a chance to come back into this one.
Yeah, that was a pretty difficult retake attempt for Na'Vi. No control of CT whatsoever. They know it was left open deliberately and exposed. And with T's in control in that area, it's always going to be hard. I think they could have maybe called that with 2 players alive to fall back. But there we go. Did seem a bit panicked at the end. But 7-3. Maybe enjoying the confidence, at least in the score, but things are not too terrible for them. We see Boomich on the MP9 now, which is often a staple towards the B bomb site with certain teams, but he's around Connector, which is still has a close quarters engagement. Oh, Guardian went back to the well, and he was taken out by Cirque. A little hungry for a kill there. Wrong end of the barrel, unfortunately for him. And with that, EG are changing the pace, very proactive, immediately all going towards the A bomb site to overwhelm the remainder of Na'Vi.
Oh, Ethan has a great spot here, looking to see if there's any aggression. Keeping his team safe in that regard. He will start to push forwards. Flamey's close. He knows they're coming, and there's a rotation coming in from Boomich as well. Can he get there in time? Flamey completely blind, can't get a kill, gets a little bit of damage, but that's not enough here. Now, Na'Vi has some decisions to make. Their money is absolutely awful. They do have some retake utility on Simple. So the issue, though, is that they don't have CT control. Electronic's there, but it's going to be difficult to push further forwards. They may have to give this one up now and try again in the next round. We'll see if they can get something here. If they're able to get a couple kills quickly, that might change everything, but Electronic is locked in, and he surely knows it.
He can hop up on that vehicle behind him, actually, to get a different angle and look over the fence. I don't know if he's aware of that. Not everybody is. There's the run boost. This is only a spectator client lag, so don't worry about it. It won't be in the game itself. Well, it's going to be another expensive one for Na'Vi. Electronic falling away, collecting a weapon. And it'll be round number 4 here for Evil Geniuses. So yeah, that little APC thing that is poking out in CT spawn. There's a corner of it, you can jump on it and look over the rails. It can give you an extra angle, especially if you have an AWP. Although you might be susceptible to a flashbang. By the way, I don't think it would have necessarily helped in that particular situation, although maybe he would have had a chance on the run boost. 7-4, Evil Geniuses are doing it the hard way, but they are clawing their way back into this game 1 round at a time.
Heartbreaking there to lose the AWP right at the end there. Credit to Tarek for being able to get that kill and deny the AWP, and it's something that was so helpful for Na'Vi. Obviously with Guardian and Simple, just an AWP and 4 USPs is enough to win a round if you find a good timing, but EG just speeding up the pace. It's worked out brilliantly well for them. P250 flaming here could cause some problems, but the aim punch is going to cause more problems. And the bomb site's lost, and perhaps any chance of doing all that much damage is lost with it for this round at least. Electronic has the AK still, of course, so definitely I think it's a priority to try to hold on to that. Trying to apply some pressure here. We'll be able to get a kill. There's a flashbang as well. Maybe to steal the gun. Don't know how deep that's... Okay, Boomich has to go too deep for the weapon. So once again, Electronic will try to just hang out here. And this is the...
there we go.
The jump you were talking about.
Yes.
But it's looking good for EG. 5 rounds will be on the board very shortly, as soon as that bomb detonates. And they're definitely back in this one.
Ooh, nice from Breeze. 3K from him in that round. Missed the first day of action due to visa issues, but he is here and he's definitely on the server now, that's for sure. 9 for 9. So the spike's not going to be ideal for Na'Vi. About 4,400 per person. Crowd starting to roar once again. Flamey pulls out the French gun to prioritize the utility. Always good to see on the CT side. Especially when you're on the A-bomb site. Ethan and Breeze again looking for some fast action, but there will be a meaty grenade. It could have been a hell of a lot worse though. Flamey forced to fall back. I do wonder if we'll see some double HGs on the ramp late on. Simple though will get the opening kill. Flamey still trying to hold down the map control as Evil Geniuses are swarming all over this A-bomb site, but with limited success. It's a 4 versus 2 all of a sudden with Stan and Cirque trapped on the A-bomb site.
I think Simple got those kills through the smoke. I'm not sure exactly how he managed to pull those frags out of that position, but huge presence here from Na'Vi from CT. That's very problematic here for Evil Geniuses. Cirque is the only healthy one, but Stan with the flank. This could be perfect. Oh, they just spotted the Electronic, just knew. And now it's down to Cirque here against 3 players. Picks off 1. 3 more to go. And there's the flank. He's not going to expect this. Guardian finishes it off, and Na'Vi
from the back.
They managed to get themselves 8 rounds on the board. Lovely stuff for them. It was looking like Evil Geniuses, they kind of figured things out there. That really fast pace, it worked out time and again, but those 2 kills from Simple, that completely destroyed the round for Evil Geniuses. Even though EG got the bomb down and everything, they couldn't get position. Simple did way too much damage, way too early on in that round.
Na'Vi targeting 10 rounds now, but it's definitely a lot closer than it was at the start. Evil Geniuses will be on the buy once again. The Krieg for Stanislaw. I feel like we're not seeing so much Krieg for Breeze. He's considered so good with it, but I've seen a lot of AK from him in this tournament so far. Even in this scenario, like, would you? I mean, he is so good with it. Do you not throw it to him? I don't know. Maybe he's not feeling it, or perhaps it's just not a conversation they're having. Once again, we've got 2 smoke grenades in that short position from EG. But Simple is in that short area as well, so he's keeping things honest and trying to protect the ladder room for now. Tarek lurking in apartments once again, Guardian over towards the A-bomb site. Again, we have seen him over towards B in some rounds. 2 players towards A at the beginning of the round in Ethan and Cirque. Kind of tells you what the ultimate intention is here for Evil Geniuses. Someone will have to rotate the bomb towards A, maybe from the mid position. Smoke up in the window. Tarek gets closer to connector, but Boomich is here to defend it.
Yeah, this is such an important position. One of the hardest position, I would say, to play on this map is connector. There's so much you have to worry about. You have to have a really good understanding of the flow of the whole map. And Boomich is in a very, very forward position there. And he's going to get the first kill. The trade comes through, though. And we'll have to see if that's worth it as time ticks forwards and we start to see how Evil Geniuses adjust to this. They're going for that play into the A-bomb site. Na'Vi need to get the move on. Both Simple and Electronic from the B site, not really in a position to help out the A site just yet. It's up to Flamey and Guardian. Guardian will be playing very passively towards that ticket area, and that might expose Flamey and just leave him isolated against multiple players. And here comes the Molotov. There surely isn't any way that Flamey can do a single thing about this. Has to swing out. He might just get a frag, but no, denied completely. Stan and Ethan destroy the A defenders, and now there's just nothing left.
EG creeping out, and they've taken all the options away from Electronic. At that point, the only grenade Na'Vi had was a flashbang on Simple, and he was in no position to use it. Victimized in a shadow area. That could have got Na'Vi's way, they could have got a kill there, and who knows what might have happened after that, but they were denied. Evil Genius is too fast, too sharp. And they move to 6, they keep the score close. And look at the money for Na'Vi, it is absolutely crap as we move into the last round. It's nice to see a shark in the crowd.
Yeah, it really felt like Na'Vi there, they had an opportunity to try to do something, but every time they've just sat passively and allowed Evil Geniuses to coordinate an attack, it's not worked out for Na'Vi. Like, both A players were isolated with no information, and EG could deal with them one at a time. That is not what you want to allow to happen if you're Na'Vi, but into the last round we go, and Na'Vi still have that AWP, or rather as a scout on Simple. So some kind of a scope weapon at least, and Flamey goes aggressive on A ramp.
Balcony burst. Just streaming out with no warning, just surging. This is becoming more and more common in North America at the moment. Flamey doing what he can, but it's not enough. Just too many man on road for Evil Geniuses as they will be charging towards that 7th round. Electronic with a FAMAS in a 1 versus 4. There's an opening kill for him. He's got to go for it, no other choice. Hiding behind a plant pot. I think he's a bit too big for that. No defuse kit, perhaps there's one on the site.
It's a hopeless scenario, but there's only one decision to make, and that's to try to do what you can. Creed collected for Electronic, which is nice. 18 bullets. And he's going to get taken down by Cirque. So there you go.
Oh, he's been thrown a P250 immediately. Always fun to watch Simple, looking for those one taps on a pistol round with a P250. Definitely a big part of all their pistol round strats is him fishing for some headshots, and he often does deliver, him being Simple and all.
All right, so Na'Vi looking to go down the underpass. The bomb is down at the entrance of B Apartments at the moment. And so that will be Simple's job, presumably, to go and rotate through and grab that, as he is the closest man at this point. Breeze will spot him, and he, oh my god, he's annihilated Simple at distance with that USP. And that bomb, someone needs to go back for the bomb. Flamey will get the kill onto Tarek at least, and they're going really aggressive here, but again, they don't have the bomb. This is really weird right now. Breeze in the back with the frags. That's 2 for him, and the bomb's still not collected, but Electronic has position at least. He's got a lot of work on his hands.
There was so much potential for them to run through the jungle position and go towards that B bomb site. Okay, Boomich is making a lot of noise, but this isn't the biggest clue. Oh no, he's going to stay by the window.
Oh my god.
Freeze has got the angle, so the Cirque. Oh, he's going back. You got to go forward. Oh no! He's left himself in no man's land now, trying to play it safe, but in fact, you could argue it's more dangerous. Spotting Breeze now, so at least they have the information, Na'Vi. They know that the jig is up. They are surrounded. The police sirens are wailing. The bomb in the hands of Boomich. 2 HP, going for that burst fire. I can't see this working out for him. EG with every angle, and the score is tied early.
And Breeze just getting a cheeky ace there, just handling everything.
Nice.
All the dirty work by himself. And here we go. The annihilation. And this just, I don't know, it just seemed like Na'Vi, they didn't quite think this one through fully. I mean, they had this situation where, you know, even if Simple stayed alive, I don't know, it seemed like they were in this weird position where the bomb was always going to be very far behind any one player. But anyway, it's going to be a force buy here coming in. Oh, sorry, there's going to be a full save coming in as Evil Geniuses get themselves those handy SMGs. Looking to make that bonus money. And there is some firepower in this round for Na'Vi. We've got 3 Deagles. Flamey, Simple, and Electronic. Those are the guys you want to see with the Deagles, and there is a headshot. So tapping will come through from Cirque to deal with the rest, though, and it's only 1 frag. I think Na'Vi really wanted at least 2 or 3 there, but they'll have to settle for what they got. And EG will have just as strong of a start as Na'Vi did.
Breeze and Cirque pulling away now, and it's the beginning of the CT side, so we'll see what Cirque is able to do and how he plays around, well, around the window and mid-area and presumably the A bomb site once he gets the AWP, because one would expect to be smoked to the window non-stop. But for now, we'll have a look. Oh, that HE proves very, very costly indeed for Cirque. $4,000 HE grenade with no upside. Ethan making a play through Palace, loves it on both sides, it seems. Some nice map control for him, gets himself out of there. And that's some good info. There's a big presence from Na'Vi in the middle position. Guardian will be fishing with the AK-47. Does Tarek pick a time to peek? He's got an off angle towards the land. Maybe not the right weapon to duel. The fast fire rate there will certainly help. Stanislaw up close, surely he's about to get taken out. He's still alive somehow. And he can actually play the bait now, but again, the wrong weapons. Tarek's the one coming into the B bomb site, but with the MP9 low health, not ideal.
Nice headshot coming in from Simple, and he's going to lock down this position. And right now it's not looking very good at all here for EG. They've been outmaneuvered. And Simple's actually provided a way to get through the smoke or rather to get through that position with the smoke. And it's a 5 HP versus 9 HP situation. I actually favor the MP9. Oh my God, Simple. I don't know how he's able to get away from that one. You won't see Tarek pursuing him, but he might catch him here. But instead it's Electronic and Boomich to finish it all off. 9-9, Na'Vi pick up their first buy round. And that is a problem because EG have yet to really stabilize their economy. In fact, their economy is very fragile and it is going to be shattered by that round win of Na'Vi. So there's a real issue here that Na'Vi could start to threaten some serious momentum.
That keeps Cirque off the AWP, as well as everybody off a gun. Really awkward around jungle there, and indeed I think Simple made a mistake, basically creating a cloak in that tunnel. Such a strong position anyway, but you definitely want that smoke to go through the other side, case in point. 5 USPs for Evil Geniuses. Not even a flashbang picked up in this round. Won't all be facing the window together as we sometimes see, but they'd be smoked off if they were. Anti-eco territory for Na'Vi. Surely the damage here that's possible has to be low. You can see Stan's gone all the way through Palace. I do wonder if he was heard. Flamey, you could see on the radar, is wandering, so I imagine there were plenty of sound cues in that push. Na'Vi biding their time. Simple just about seeing Tarek before moving from the position. HE will be juicy as well. Again, not much for EG to do here. They're not really in a position to concentrate the numbers together with Breeze on the low, ground Cirque on the high. So this should be pretty simple stuff.
Indeed, not really much to do. That is to be true. Bomb will soon go down as well to just seal the deal. And Ethan will try to get one frag out of it at least. He might be able to. That Molotov was actually well timed, but that silencer really coming in handy. Guardian had no idea where he was being shot from, and that's going to be one frag. So that's pretty much, I think, as best as you could really expect from a full save. So EG can be happy with that. And Na'Vi, they're going to likely survive with 4 players here. Is there a world where that gun is recoverable for Stan? Obviously, as far as he's concerned, there's certainly going to be some players on the bomb side that could be covering pretty much every angle that he could arrive from if he decides to leave the door or the market window. So he is going to try to wait here. And yeah, indeed, it might be the case that he can try to pick up that gun right after the bomb detonates, but he's actually going to get spotted. Does get a dink, but Simple win the battle. Na'Vi win the round. 10-9 for Na'Vi. We're back on the buy for EG.
Before the previous eco, Ethan had 4650 in the bank, which means he can give Cirque the AWP, so maybe the round starts now for Evil Geniuses. After a false start, flag was up, tried to cross the line too early, but they can try again. Na'Vi now back in the lead, but just by 1. They'll have an AWP as well. So we've got a big buy for both squads. Boomich, Simple, and Electronic will also have scopes in the Kriegs. Ethan looking to hold on to... Oh, okay, he's got somewhere to be, apparently. But he's cancelled his trip. Stan with a deep smoke towards the ramp. 2 smokes up in mid. Connector in control of Evil Geniuses for now. Got a focus from Guardian towards that B-bomb site. I'm not sure if he ran there immediately. Again, some snipers like Alu or JDM back in the day, if they had a good spawn for mid, that's also a good spawn for B apartments, and they'll try and catch a greedy CT jumping up in the boxes. Timing would be good for the sniper, but we're still in a 5 versus 5. That said, have a look at the utility now for both squads. EG are quite lacking at the moment.
Yeah, they certainly are, and there's a lot of problems with that. It means that your retake is pretty weak, so if you're going to play that A site, you can't really play it without having at least 1 or 2 players on the actual site. You can't play players, in positions where they could get isolated by smokes, such as playing players around CT or jungle. And so we've got 2 players that can actually defend the site, stand there under the balcony in the shadow area, And they've got Cirque here by triples. That's what you want, and that's a great frag catching. Flamey, I think that he had a nade in his hand there, and that will really cause some problems. There's 35 seconds to go now, and you got Breeze asking some questions. Boomich looking for any rotations, and there's no rotation to be punished from Market.
The only guys with smokes are Boomich and Electronic in mid, so it's going to be pretty difficult for them to smoke off that, to smoke off Cirque's position in the first place. They could try and throw some flashbangs over the top, per example. There we go, that's a great one. Allowed Simple to swing out. Stan must be dealt with, but he won't be, not just yet. Now he's baiting for his teammate, but he will get taken out actually. 11 seconds to plant this bomb though, and it's down on the ramp. They're not going to get to the bomb and back to the site in time. They've got to go for elimination, but there's too many man. They can just hide now. 4 seconds to go, and it will be another round for Evil Geniuses, even if there is another person lost towards the end. Had position, had enough time. No one could deal with Cirque in CT before that flash came in. All too little, too late. Trying to figure out the puzzle, put the pieces in the right place. By the time they did, there was not enough time left.
That would have been so awesome for Na'Vi if Electronic had found a way to get the kill onto Cirque there at the end, because the money sucks so much for EG, they would never have been able to repurchase that AWP, which would just change the face of this round immensely. But Cirque is still on the AWP, so I'm curious as to how that's going to be utilized. When we're going to see a fast play into the Palace position, it's going to be Breeze and Tarek, or rather Breeze and Ethan pushing that, sorry. And they've made their presence known. Flamey's going to spot that one. And in Na'Vi, they don't have to do anything too hastily here. They are going to be working on middle control. And so things will reset after that Palace push. Flamey will gain control of the towards A ramp. He can't be sure how much, if a CT is pushed in that position, so he must be cautious.
They must know though, that Ethan likes being in confined spaces. It's not the first time he's pushed the Palace area on the CT side. It's a habit which he's not trying to quit. Simple moves into connector, then just as it's a flashbang for Boomich into the ladder room. Nice work from Na'Vi so far, and the timing's not bad either. There's a minute on the clock. We can see that Tarek is in the apartments of the B bomb site. There's no lurkers there, so that might not have a part to play, but it might be a long rotation because Stan is pretty close jump peeking, so they're playing a bait setup at the moment. Simple taken out by Cirque, who repositions. I don't know if he saw the bomb on the radar there. Boomich is now trying to sell the B play, but Tarek is even deeper now in the apartment, so they can bolster the A bomb site. Stan is rotating already, but can he get there in time?
It's a really huge issue having Cirque there by ticket. I don't think they have a solution for him, and there's little time left. They've got to start forcing this one, and it's going to be very difficult. You can't check everything at once. Breeze swinging out with a double, and Ethan to finish it off. Great stuff there from the defense of EG. Very patient and very clinical. And that's going to reward them with a round. And indeed, it was the case that Cirque having that AWP, he just provided so many advantages. Na'Vi trying to gain position by just walking around, and Cirque just having the right angles at the right time, able to punish that and give it a decisive advantage to EG. And it may be time now for Na'Vi to change their approach, maybe go towards more contacts, fast contacts, or fast set pieces. It could be a way to get the AWP out of the hands of Cirque, or at least minimize his impact before the bomb is planted.
I'm not sure that we've seen a smoke to Cirque's position yet. I feel like he's had a shooting gallery in the few rounds where he's had the AWP in this half so far. That's a good start, but how will Tarek finish as here comes the target practice? They're lining up in the choke point. The spray is continuous. He's done a pretty good job. 3 players taken out. And now Simple just creeping alone, looking for the rifle maybe. If he delays a little bit, he will be able to collect it, but not for long. Cirque through the wall, no less. No damage to be done apart from Tarek getting taken out after the 3K, so pretty solid stuff. Stopped the push, stopped the plant, kept the money bad, real bad for Na'Vi. We'll see what their buy looks like with utility and so on, if they'll prioritize grenades over guns like we saw from EG in the first half. EG now 4 rounds away from victory in this first map.
And this is one of those moments, I think, where I'm thinking, okay, Na'Vi are going to switch something up now because it's quite clear their approach that they've been using hasn't been working. Similarly, when we saw EG in the first half, having a really bad start, trying to play that really slow style, and then it was when they had that fast pace, that was really what matched up a lot better against Na'Vi, and that's where they found success. Likewise, I feel like Na'Vi are in the same position now. They need to change, they need to make a change in terms of their pacing, in terms of their strategy to gain position more quickly around the map and to again, reduce the impact that Cirque has early in the round. And so we might see a set piece or something like that from Na'Vi. But EG probably have the same read. So we'll see if EG get the right prediction and maybe try to take initiative themselves early on. And ooh, that is the case, because Stan's going for the underpass push.
Initial exchange of granates. Electronic slightly on fire. Pumic with a bomb towards top mid. Now, are they aware of Stan's position? Oh, Cirque, so deep, so early. Minute 30 and he's by the kitchen.
James?
I know, that's
on A.
ridiculous. Through a smoke, no less. And these are the differences we mentioned in previous nukes as well, where you would see Cirque in Heaven, for example, looking into Heart, but you would never see Guardian in that position. So he just seems to be more, the sniper for EG seems to be more dynamic than the one for Na'Vi, and maybe that'll have a part to play in the maps to come as well. But that's a great opening frag by Evil Geniuses, made better as well. Now they're in a 5 versus 3. And they wait. Stan is left in that deep position towards the B bomb site, which allows 3 players to be on A with Tarek spotting mid.
Now Cirque's back to A again. And this is a problem. We'll go into the discussion around Cirque in a moment, because I think it's going to be all about him getting the kills here. This is a great position. He hits the legs, though. Boomich with the jump there was much needed, and it will work. And they will be able to get some more forward positioning, but it will be quite a labored approach for them, as we'll have some peaks from the CTs. There's not any utility remaining for Na'Vi now, so the stuff that they've thrown really needs to give them value, but they're having to fall back. They don't have time to do this, and they're just aborting it, and they're just going to have to try to save this. And once again, Evil Geniuses with the right plays. And it's funny, James, because going to what you were saying about the AWP early in this round, there's almost this advantage to not having double AWPs, because if you have just one AWP and that's the style your team plays, you can rotate your AWP around, and so your AWP can be in surprising positions. And if you're an RV, or rather if you're EG in the first half and you know they have an AWP on either side of the map, you know how to peek everything. You know what's safe and what's not. But if there's only one AWP and he rotates, you don't know what's safe against AWP angles, when so it could be anywhere.
Timeout called by Na'Vi, who not finding many solutions on this T side at present. It's proving difficult now. Got some instructions there from Blade, but again another round with no smoke to make things even a little hard for Cirque. With Tarek looking in mid, obviously in a 5 versus 3 you have advantages, but he was able to just stand on toll booth and take a different peak to avoid getting pre-fired.
Some run boosting in the crowd.
Always nice to see. Yeah, it's been a while since we saw a round one. Just two rounds won on this T side for Na'Vi so far.
Yep.
But they don't look close to winning another one at all.
Yeah, it is strange not to see any set pieces whatsoever from Na'Vi. They are getting abused by the AWP. That is the fundamental piece to the reason as to why Na'Vi are just being put in disadvantage repeatedly. They don't have an answer to Cirque. And we're getting a mid-aggression. This is perfect from EG. Really mix things up, take the initiative. You're expecting Na'Vi to have a plan in this round, shut it down before they can get it started. Flashes through the smoke. They're going to challenge for this one, and Cirque is there. He's just everywhere. He's always delivering. It doesn't matter where Na'Vi goes. Cirque is on the other end of it. A trio of kills for him right at the start, and that just leaves Simple left alive with a deagle, and he's going to get nailed by Cirque as well. Everyone gets killed by Cirque. That is just a disaster.
Yeah, this is looking a little uninspired for Na'Vi. They're being victimized by Evil Geniuses. Absolutely victimized. See Tarek there just walking around the smokes, just looking at the walls and admiring the map while his teammates put in work. Kind of crazy, really hunting for some frags, trying to pad them stats, but just being denied there. 14-10 now for EG, 2 rounds away, and again, it just hasn't looked likely that Na'Vi are going to win anything in this half, and they have 1 AK and a bunch of pistols as they look for a full buy in the next round. Simple say that's the rifle gone immediately, and the bomb sliding down the stairs, but Breeze may afford them a chance to retrieve it.
Yeah, this is the only round where Cirque hasn't been in the right place at the beginning of the round, but it didn't even matter because Breeze's push was just so phenomenal, and this is a cheeky little one-way. He just sees a bit of a shadow there, can't quite get the full vision, and Guardian will get the frag. Survives with 2 HP. Might want to throw that AK-47 to a teammate that's healthy, like Electronic or Flamey, and it will be Electronic that gets it. Maybe there's something to work with here. Can they recover from this? Because they were pretty much all spotted, so as far as they're concerned, EG, they could have pushed a ramp. They could be in T-spawn with a player right now. They could be deep on a variety of positions. At least there's time, but they've got very little utility. Just Electronic with one smoke, and that's really it.
Tarek still deep in apartments. Stan in the ninja spot. Well, the fireboxes rather than a ninja spot. 28 seconds now as we look for a B split, but Guardian's alone with 2 HP in apartments. Okay, no, Electronics with him, I misread the radar. That's really important because, again, with 2 HP, who knows what might happen. Tarek's got a great angle, commonly used by an AWP, but the M4 might be enough. He spotted a bomb at the very least, which means a full rotation. 30 seconds to plant this bomb. Tarek must stay alive now, just holding on for dear life. There's a 2 HP gone. Flamey now. Oh my god, he's got a chance, but he's still got 2 more to find. Now, where is Stan? He can just hide. Stan's miles away. Stan's admiring the countryside right now, and that will take EG to gain points. Some highlights for Na'Vi, but it's not enough.
Yeah, it's a silver lining though. Flamey able to pick up an AWP. He can drop that and gets thrown a rifle, and he did get a couple of kills. It weakens the economy slightly, so if there is a comeback to be made here, there are at least some arguments as to how that might be able to happen if Na'Vi find a way to win this round. But again, we are not seeing them deal with Cirque correctly, and that is just the problem every single round. It could be the problem this round as well, as Cirque lines up a shot at middle. It'll be smoked off. That's good to see. Window is inaccessible in terms of angles for Cirque. And Na'Vi will just be working on map control. They've been playing these defaults repeatedly, James, and they are getting abused by these small pushes around the map. EG are just active enough.
Yeah, Tarek's playing FPL right now with what he's been doing in the apartments once again. There just hasn't been anything to... It's like EG are saying to Na'Vi every round, give us a reason to stop doing this, and Na'Vi have not been able to do that. There's been no response, really. Electronic is lurking behind the smoke, which you can't see on the radar, but that's in the apartments. He's in the... there we go. Simple pop flash for him. So he'll try to make EG more honest as the bomb is taken towards the A bomb site. But again, Tarek's finally been forced to rotate out of the apartments, but there are 3 players very deep on A. They are expectant. Circle rotate away from the window to deal with connector, which has been left open. Simple waiting for a mistake to be made, but that might not be so likely. 42 seconds and they still have an incendiary on A. That's insane. And Stan can replenish that as well. So can Cirque. Oh my god, he just walks in and takes Simple out. There are still more mollies to throw on the ramp. This is a disaster for Na'Vi. Death by paper cuts in round 26.
That's going to be so tilting there for Simple.